What if you stopped thinking of yourself as just a person and started seeing yourself as a complex, integrated system? That's what we're digging into today, a really powerful way to look at things called architectural blueprints for the self. So let's just start with a huge question. Are you actively designing your life, your mind, your body? Or are you kind of just living in it, a passive tenant in a building you didn't really choose? Your answer to that question, well, that's the key to everything we're about to talk about. To even start to answer that, we need a new way of seeing things. So for the next few minutes, I want you to picture yourself as this high-tech, intelligent apartment, a really sophisticated space where you have total control over every single system. Okay, so here's the basic idea. Your body, that's the hardware, the physical machine. Your mind, all your thoughts, your knowledge, that's the software running on it. And you get to be the architect. You're the one programming this entire system for peak performance. Right, so every piece of hardware needs a power source. And in our intelligent apartment, that brings us to the first really critical room, the kitchen of alchemy. Now, this idea forces us to get way past the idea of just eating. In this system, your kitchen isn't just for, consumption. It's a high-tech lab. It's where you precisely engineer the fuel for your biological machine. And from this point of view, every single thing you put in your body becomes a direct input. A meal isn't just a meal, it's a line of code you're writing. A glass of water? That's a system flush, clearing out the cache and getting ready for the next command. So what happens when you enter the wrong code? Well, that's when you get system errors. Inflammation stops being just a medical term and becomes a bug report. It's an alert telling you, hey, something in your programming is off. You ever get that feeling of brain fog? That inability to think clearly? In this model, that's your processor overheating. It's a thermal throttle. The system is literally slowing itself down to prevent a total crash from bad fuel. And this leads to a really powerful shift in thinking. Feeling tired all the time isn't just a state of being. It's the result of bad code. And suddenly, the responsibility and the power is right back in your hands. You're the architect, after all. So how do you debug the hardware? Well, the protocol is pretty straightforward. It's a three-step process. First, hydrate the circuits. We're talking clean water. Second, get rid of the toxins and junk code that are causing all that system lag. And third, you've got to feed your mitochondria, those millions of tiny power generators inside your cells, with clean, efficient fuel. Okay, so we're getting the hardware upgraded. But what about the software? This brings us to the next key area of our apartment, the Library of Ancestors. This is where we go to program our minds. Now, this is a really profound idea, and it's actually super comforting. Every struggle you're going through, every moment of confusion, that feeling of being totally lost, it's not new. It has all been felt before, and it's all been documented in this huge archive of human experience. You can think of all of human history as this massive open-source cloud server. The Stoics, the poets, the warriors, they all ran experiments in how to live. Their lives, their writings, their failures, all of it. It's like the beta tests. And the source code is just sitting there for us to study. So this presents us with a really clear choice. The old way is to just keep reinventing the wheel, going through endless, painful trial and error. But the new way, the architect's way, is to download the blueprints. Learning from history becomes like a high-speed data transfer of wisdom, using the past as a structural support for the future you're trying to build. But look, a great apartment isn't just about the cool rooms. It's about how they're all integrated. So now, let's bring it all together and connect the hardware to the software. The connection between them is it's direct, it's undeniable. If your biological hardware, your gut, is creating chaos and noise, your mental software just cannot run smoothly. It's impossible to get that mental clarity when there's so much biological static. It really just boils down to a simple principle. The quality of your hardware directly determines the performance of your software. I mean, you could write the most brilliant, advanced code in the world, but if you try to run it on a corrupted, glitchy machine, you're never, ever going to see what it can really do. So where does all this leave us? Well, it leads to one final, really empowering conclusion. It's time to stop being a tenant in your own life. It's time to become the architect and start writing your own code. And there's a bigger picture here too. You have to consider your legacy. The system that you build today, your life, it becomes a book in the library for future generations.
So the call to action is to build something worthy of being studied. You gotta respect the machine that houses the mind.
And so we end right back where we started, with a choice. The code of your life is being written this very second. Is it going to be a cautionary tale of a system that crashed and burned? Or will it be an inspiring story of a system that was debugged, optimized, and just beautifully evolved? The keyboard is yours.